Man on Fire is a 2004 film directed by Tony Scott, starring Denzel Washington and Dakota Fanning. It follows ex-CIA operative John Creasy as he reluctantly accepts a job as a bodyguard for 9-year-old Lupita, who is the daughter of a wealthy businessman. Just as Creasy begins to develop a fondness for the young girl, a bloodthirsty gunman kidnaps her. Now Creasy must pick off a succession of corrupt cops and criminals to reach his ultimate object of vengeance. Overall, I would say that this film is presented very well. The directing is, for the most part, very good. The acting is solid across the board, including the mother. Obviously, Dakota Fanning is an incredible child actress. I thought the writing was, for the most part, pretty good, although there were some action tropes, stuff from other movies that I would say I've seen about 100,000 times, but I'm willing to forgive that considering that it is an action film. Now, Brian Helgeland, who did the screenplay for this, also wrote A Knight's Tale, 42 about the baseball player, and LA Confidential with Kim Basinger and Kevin Spacey. So I would say that the writing and the acting are probably the strongest aspects of this film. It's what I enjoyed the most. What I didn't like was the cinematography. Believe it or not, I'm not a big fan of Tony Scott's cinematography. I've seen worse, but for some reason it always reminds me of late 90s to early 2000s music videos. It's that style, that sort of flashy, choppy, weird transitional cuts, just kind of grimy, fast-paced cutting. I'm not a big fan of that. That being said, his cinematography angles, where he puts the camera, is not bad. It's really the editing. So my complaint would go to the director, Tony Scott, and to the cinematographer, and whoever the editor is. I haven't looked that up, but I'm sure all of them are very talented. It's just a very specific artistic decision that bugs the hell out of me and that I don't think serviced the story that much. I don't think it enhanced the impact, the quality. I don't think it served to make it any more exciting or riveting to watch. But it's become kind of a standard of modern action films like Taken 2 and Taken 3, the Bourne movies. So that's just, I'm not going to say it's a small complaint. It's a large complaint in my mind. It doesn't ruin the film for me because at the core the writing is good and the performances are very solid. Denzel Washington is really one of my favorite actors. He's incredible in this. The original soundtrack for this by Harry Gregson Williams is incredible. It has almost this African folk kind of sound to it, which brought in some culture. It really made the ending more poetic, you could say, and I really enjoyed that addition to the film. I thought it brought it to a whole new level. So this soundtrack is something that I've heard throughout listening to various soundtracks of films, and it's one of my favorites. So overall, I thought it really contributed to the tone of the film and enhanced it, which is something that I always look for. Does that element within the film service the story, service to enhance and augment it, or is it simply there to be a device? I look for things that have utility in them. I look for music with utility. I look for cinematography with utility and editing choices with intent and utility. So overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I'm going to give it a 7.4 out of 10 stars. That's my honest rating. If you like my movie reviews and my film analysis, please stick around. Just click the subscribe button, click the bell, leave a like, leave a comment. I'd like to know what you think of this film. Check out my other reviews, check out any of my other videos.